Monday Night Raw Hot Takes, where I take your thoughts, your opinions, your hot takes from the previous episode of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and or PLEs. Let's get started with Jamie K. AJ Styles should be in the chamber, not competing in the mid-card. Yeah, a little surprised that AJ Styles is going right to the mid-card. Not just the mid-card, what, Dirty Dom? It's like, whew, what happened there? Are they afraid that maybe that he came back last time and was injured immediately with Carmelo Hayes, that they're like, let's slow him in, let's ease AJ in, because the chamber is a grueling match, so maybe they don't want to risk it. Plus, let's be honest, does any one of us think that after such a long hiatus that he's going to go instantly into the chamber and win the chamber? No, I really don't think so. I can't see AJ Styles main eventing WrestleMania this year, so maybe they're trying to give it, like, they're shaking up a little, like, these are all potentials. I do believe Seth Rollins can fight Cody in the main event. Do I think that'll happen? No, but I think in no world AJ will. And it's not because AJ's not worthy of it, it's just where he is. I mean, he even had 2 matches last year with Cody, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe they just felt that it was just too unbelievable, so they went with people who were a little more on the more believable side or could progress storylines. Plus, though, we had that stare down with Braun Breaker, so I wouldn't mind AJ versus Braun after he takes care of Dirty Dom. Funky Peach 8082, gotta protect Valkyria, man. If she's not gonna enter the Elimination Chamber, why have her lose to someone who's been there, done that? It totally diminishes the fact that she even has a title. Yeah, what the heck did they do with Lyra Valkyria and Bayley? What was that? Okay, first off, Lyra Valkyria wins the title, right? After getting bumped from the first episode of Netflix. So first off, she gets bumped to the next week. So, okay, whatever. Then she wins, and she doesn't get an in-ring promo the next week. This is her first match since winning the title. She's had no in-ring promos. All have been backstage or something, and then her first match isn't even a defense, it is a qualifying match so she can win a different title. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm okay with the secondary championship chasing the primary championship sometimes, but in this instance, no. She's done nothing to elevate her title, and so it's like, why is she going after another title? And I get it. It's all creative, it's all writing, she's being booked poorly, but the fact is, I'm talking within the context of the storyline. It's like, I don't understand this. And then she goes and loses to Bayley. So Bayley, definitely credible, whatever. I'm not like the hugest Bayley fan, but I don't want just her to eat losses all the time, because I do want to protect her legacy, and so when people do beat her, it's a big deal, but at the same time, it didn't need to be Lyra Valkyria taking the loss here. In fact, just don't put Lyra in the chamber match if she's not going to even qualify, because it's like, it's dumb. All you've done is just show that this Intercontinental Championship means nothing. Nothing right out the gates. It just started. It needs to be really protected right now and elevated. I don't understand how they're so good at certain things on SmackDown and so horrible on Raw. Triple H can book Chelsea Green amazing, and yet Lyra, nothing, just the exact opposite. She's the anti-Chelsea Green. The smartest idiot. If they're gonna treat the women's IC title like that, they should have had a floating mid-card championship between brands. Yeah. Okay, so if you can't treat the title like a title, worthy, then of people actually wanting it and chasing it because the champion is strong, we didn't have to do it. We could have just had the U.S. title just floating around. And maybe you could have saw how you were able to book the U.S. title, allow it to float around, and then add an Intercontinental Championship. But you didn't have to do it all right away, because it's like, yeah, we did not need the IC women's title right now. Just because it would, on paper, make everything look equal, it's not. In reality, it's not equal right now, because that championship is just being crapped on. The fact that you're letting your champion not have any defenses, and then she loses a non-title defense, just because she's trying to get a different title just shows me that the Intercontinental title on the women's side is just non-important. We should have just had a floating title until we were ready to actually give it the time and attention it needed. TTJC, I hope they put the belt on Liv after this, even if it's the tag belts. Liv deserves gold. Okay, so yeah, Liv, wow, Liv really impressed me tonight. She was bleeding in the match, and she just kept going, right? And if you looked at the gash that you could see later in the night in a promo segment where she barely washed off the blood, and there was just dry blood all over her face, it's like, wow, I was very, very impressed with Liv Morgan and her toughness. She had a great showing with damage control tonight, and unfortunately it was like Raquel Rodriguez was definitely the weak link of those three, but we'll just talk Liv and her toughness. She's bleeding in the match, and she just continues going on, and she's been really impressing me lately in general, in that, like, at Royal Rumble, when Lyra Valkyria had, like, a outfit malfunction, Liv Morgan, stepped up, she punched her, got her out of the camera angle, got her into the corner, and then kept the match going. Liv Morgan really showed me that she is a veteran of the business and showing how tough she is, because then later on in the night, she cuts that promo, a backstage promo, with the gash and all the blood still kind of, well, the blood was washed off, but you could still tell it was there. It was like a very good visual, and just showing that Liv Morgan really did step up last year and became a leader of the women's division, and I'm seeing it now. I am seeing it, and I agree with you, TTJC. Let's give her a title, even if it's the tag team belts. And just like I want Liv to get a title, I want you to get this title right here. I'm giving it away at 10,000 subscribers, so I want you to subscribe, comment on this video, because each comment is a chance to win this belt right here once I hit 10,000 subscribers. I'll do a live stream and everything. I just held a live stream for a title and was going to give it away, but AA Enterprises has not claimed it yet. So if AA Enterprises does not claim it by Friday, then we're going to run that contest again this Sunday. So AA, you got till Friday, SmackDown, to get in contact with me so I can give you a belt. But whether or not AA claims their belt, you can get this one at 10,000. I'm at like 9,950, so I'm 1,000 away. Comment below, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and give a thumbs up if you could. Okay, so the next hot take. Tis Mickey, I know we saw it and have seen it a few times now, but Gunther and Jey can really cook and be a main event level feud if done right. And I think tonight was a great start. Yes, it was. Jey Uso and Gunther, I think at this point, they have the chemistry. Maybe they needed a couple matches to really get on each other's nerves enough, but Gunther was really, really mean and violent with Jey, and Jey, kind of showed up and was like, yeah, he got beat up, but it showed that he could get up, and I really liked it. This segment made both people look really good. This is how you build a feud. You let the heel be dominating. You let the face be an underdog, but not back down and be a punk. And both of them just looked really good. I'm really hoping that this continues. I loved that Gunther attacked Jey during his 13th encore of Yeet. It was why wouldn't you do that? He's definitely distracted. Why hasn't anybody done it in the past? You know why they haven't? Because they've never let Jey Uso actually get into a proper feud. He just gets in these little mini feuds where it's like him and an opponent, they smack talk each other for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then the match happens, and then it's over. Well, welcome to the big leagues, Jey, because now you've got a feud that has nothing to do with the bloodline, and Gunther is showing that he might be the perfect opponent for it. Whether or not they had 3 matches before, doesn't matter. This one actually has personal and professional stakes in it, and that's when wrestling becomes elevated. I could have seen this match 10 times before, but now that it's personal, it becomes a whole new matchup, and I'm all for it. Main event level indeed. Jamie K, WWE has stopped saying that Jey Uso is going to main event WrestleMania, and that has me thinking it won't close the show. Odd, because the Rumble was clearly marketed as a world title opportunity in the main event. Yeah, I think this is one of those situations where WWE is going to use a play on words. Oh, that's a main event, just not the end main event. And that sucks. I do think that Jey Uso could use that end match rub of being in the main event. But then again, you could say that, well, what about the women's title? So if Charlotte then main events and is the final match, then I guess there's an out there because, you know, one of the Rumbles should be at the end of night one. But yeah, I'm thinking you're right. I'm thinking that they're probably gonna put Jey Uso and Gunther on first. Let's be honest, and that'll have Jey do the 20 minutes of yeet to get the crowd hyped up. Good call. Good listening ears, Jamie. The real blue bat. Where's the fake blue bat? Why is there a fake blue bat and a real blue bat? The Iyo versus Mommy, Rhea Ripley at Raw after Chamber. Really? Bianca must be winning the Chamber. Yeah, I don't think Iyo after the Chamber is a good idea. I think they should do it before, because I don't want, okay, you won the Chamber and now this is kind of looming overhead on who she's actually going to be, because we all know it's going to be Rhea Ripley, but I would just like a definitive champion walking into the Chamber, so when the Chamber match happens, we know who it's going to be. But maybe they're doing it to be like it leaves questions in the air. Oh, Bianca, well, she has beef with both Rhea and Iyo. Actually, does she have beef with Rhea? They've teased it, but I don't think they have beef. I don't know why you think that would be Bianca, though, winning no matter what from that scenario. I'm all for Bianca winning. I just don't understand why you think no matter what it's Bianca. Is it because she could have beef with both? Either way, I think the match should be before, not after. Grace Henderson 20. Jey Uso will beat Gunther at 41. I think that as well. We got Grace also saying AJ Styles is right. Dom will always be Rey Mysterio's son. But TTJC follows up with the reply. You mean Eddie Guerrero's son. Never forget, we had a custody for Dominic on a pole match at one point in the WWE. And I think we should do that again. We should have more custody battles on... No, a ladder match. We should have more custody battles on ladder matches. Matt and Davis, a hot take prediction. It's going to be a triple threat between Iyo, Rhea, and Bianca for the world title. Maybe I could see it. I will say this, though. I am so impressed with the swell of support that Iyo Sky has been getting. I see just a lot of people loving Iyo Sky, and so do I. It's very well deserved, and I wonder if Triple H is starting to see that and starting to try to pivot away to get Iyo in without ruining his creative plans or allowing someone like Bianca or Liv Morgan be left out of WrestleMania. So I'm thinking Rhea and Iyo, I'm thinking there is a case for a triple threat here. Jay and Love, WWE are short-handling Iyo Sky. They know they're not putting the title on Iyo. Maybe Liv wins the Chamber and somehow it becomes a triple threat adding Iyo. So it looks like a lot of people are starting to think that Iyo is. If it's Bianca that wins the Chamber, I'm okay with a Bianca versus Rhea one-on-one. But if it's Liv Morgan, even though I already said props to Liv Morgan, much respect for Liv Morgan, I'm kind of done with Liv and Rhea. So if it is Liv and Rhea, then 100% please add Iyo Sky to that. Donatello Leonardo, Ivy Nile should have interfered to cost Lyra the match. Having your newly crowned champion take a pin in her first match does her and the division no favors. I agree 100%. That would have been a perfect solution right there, because it looks like they're teasing an Ivy Nile versus Lyra Valkyria feud, which would be a great feud. And if they're gonna tease that, why not use the heel to your advantage? Have the heel cost Lyra the match. Bayley didn't have to see it because Bayley's a face, so Bayley could have been looking at Roxanne, and Ivy Nile comes out and costs Lyra the match, like hits her with the belt or something. That would have been perfect and beautiful. We could have had the champion lose, have whoever you want win. Bayley wins just like you wanted, but the champion loses, but she's protected, and it advances a storyline, and storylines are what elevates titles and champions. So 100% Donatello Leonardo, you are 100% right there. There should have been interference. He also also says WrestleMania seems extremely lackluster so far. Just doesn't feel like there's any clear direction right now. Yeah, I think this one we're gonna definitely have to wait for Chamber. Whether you like it or not about Roman Reigns, you did know that WrestleMania was gonna revolve around him. So last year you could totally tell we were on that road to Mania, and things were kind of set in stone, even if for like a week or two we didn't know what the main event was going to be. Was it going to be Cody and Roman or Rock and Roman? But once we got that fixed and aligned, it was like we were off to the races. But it looks like Elimination Chamber will be the true start this year, other than the fact that we already got Jey and Gunther. Bishop Marley talking about Roman. Roman is a top star in the company, and him not being here is the main reason this path to WrestleMania feels so lackluster. I'm starting to resent the Tribal Chiefs part-time schedule. Yeah. Without Roman having the title and still having so much involvement in the main event scene does seem a little odd and is starting to hinder things. It was okay when he had the title because people had to fight to get an opportunity to get to him. But now that he doesn't have the title, it's weird that people are fighting for opportunities, or I don't know. It is creating some uncertainty and just plot holes maybe, or gaps, I don't know. It's a whole different type of wrestler, a part-timer that doesn't have a championship while still being so important to the main event. So I get what you're saying, Bishop Marley, but unfortunately I think we're just stuck with it is what it is when it comes to Roman and his schedule at the moment. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve that schedule. I'm just saying it does create problems. I understand where Bishop Marley is coming from. Sky Wonder Wolf. Jey should have chosen Cody and Logan should eliminate CM Punk at the Chamber. Jey versus Cody definitely would have been like, that definitely would have been a like, what is going to happen here? But I don't think Cody could have survived. Jey Uso's such a face, and Cody is like, he's teetering face heel, dynamic right now. So I really think Cody couldn't survive being a face fighting Jey Uso, and Logan Paul defeating CM Punk. If CM Punk is not going to be in the main event, if CM Punk does not win the Elimination Chamber and John Cena does, well then I hope Logan Paul does beat him, because then we can have CM Punk versus Logan Paul at Mania, and that would be interesting. That would be a really good match, actually. Damian King, why is Cricket still airing that ad with Chad Gable and Otis? Chair phone! I love chair phone. I wish I had a chair phone. Hello, chair. How are you? Okay, I get it. Chair phone is the phone, not the person you're calling. But yeah, why are they still airing that? I remember, honestly, Chad Gable and Otis broke up, and that night when they broke up, they aired a chair phone, and I was like, ooh, bad timing there. And now they're still using it. It's like, they're like, hey, we're going to get our money's worth. We're going to get our money's worth out of that chair phone commercial. I don't care if those two hate each other. And also, Def Rebel is still around, apparently. Def Rebel is the music, the band or whatever that makes a lot of WWE music. And while they have had a couple bangers, not gonna lie, they pretty much suck, and all their music is just like, most of their music is very generic, and you're just like, who is that? I don't understand. Get rid of Def Rebel. Figure out a way out of that contract. The music is just so subpar. We used to have every wrestler used to have bangers. Every single wrestler. I get it. Not everybody can be Jim Johnson, the most legendary WWE theme music creator of all time, but Def Rebel, they're not it. Their music, so generic. And there was a point on, I forget exactly what was said, but Pat McAfee did make fun of Def Rebel. I think someone said when Logan Paul, when his music hit, I think Michael Cole was like, I didn't even know whose music that was. And then Pat McAfee said, yeah, been hearing that a lot lately on commentary. So even commentary is starting to make fun of Def Rebel. Ducky Devon, how to get Finn back in the main event. Have promos of the Demon start airing on the TV in the the background of Judgment Day, and then have them start to drive Finn more and more mad to the point he snaps and destroys everything, beats up all of the members of Judgment Day, then goes off hunting people as the demon like in Predator movies. I'd be okay with that. Whatever it takes to get Finn Balor back in the main event. I know a lot of people last night, they're like, wow, Ken, you've been a little harsh on Finn Balor. Well, you know what? He has hurt me so many times. WWE has hurt me so many times with Finn Balor. They've dangled that push. They've dangled that big victory in my face with Finn Balor. And each time I have fallen for it, but I will not fall for it again. Finn Balor, at this point, I have no faith in the guy. And I wish I did. I hate saying that because Finn Balor is amazing, and yet they've done nothing to show me that they believe it. And so why should I now believe in Finn Balor? I hope one day he does return to form, but as of right now, they got to rebuild that trust for me to believe in Finn Balor again. Everton Jose, Raw's entire mid-card scene is suffering. I want actual storylines, not just non-stop title defenses. We've got solid champions and a stacked roster. Raw supposedly has unlimited runtime, yet they're doing absolutely nothing to build up mid-card titles. That's a fair point. It's like, okay, so I don't mind certain matches, just like, hey, I've got a title, who's my challenger? You? Okay, let's wrestle. Let's have a beef until this match is over. That's okay, but we can't do it all the time. We have to have feuds and personal stakes to go with these matches. Just like I was talking about Jey and Gunther earlier. They can have another match now that Gunther has actual reason to be mad at Jey. But I don't want just oh, you won the Rumble? Okay, let's fight. No, it has to be, oh, you won the Rumble? Well, I'm sick of you. I hate you. I'm going to kill you if you choose me. You chose me, I'm going to kill you. We need to have like some animosity. Let's get something going. That's why Ivy Nile jumping in and interfering with Lyra Valkyria would have been perfect. Then it wouldn't just be, I want your title. It would be Lyra also saying, I want my revenge. And revenge is a very good motivator for WWE stars. Madison Davis, considering the stare down with AJ Styles and Braun Breaker had on Raw, I don't think AJ faces Logan anymore. I think it's going to be Sami Zayn versus Logan Paul at Mania and Braun versus AJ. I didn't know that AJ and Logan Paul was a thing. It would be a good thing though. And I wouldn't mind Sami versus Logan Paul either, but AJ versus Braun? Oh, yeah, that would be good. I had Braun versus Sheamus, but now I kind of want AJ versus Braun Breaker. I don't know, I'm torn. There's so many, like, dream possibilities, and that's what, talking earlier, the roster's stacked. There's a lot of possibilities here, but hopefully there's animosity as well. So either way, Braun versus AJ or Braun versus Sheamus, I'm good with either. Lucky Devon, holy cow, Logan Paul's finisher is insane. Yeah, they call it the pulverizer or something. I think that's a move somewhere else. I saw online that they said, oh, Logan Paul renamed this move. It's a sweet move. I don't even know how to really describe it. Like a suplex into a DDT. I was like, what is that? It was awesome though. TTJC, I hope Dominic beats AJ in an embarrassing top tier heel way, then have Finn lose to Seth and challenge Dom in a loser leaves Judgment Day match, which Dom also cheats to win. I think he doesn't necessarily want AJ to lose. I think he just wants Dominic to start getting wins, but doing it in a very cheating way. And I would be all for that. Kind of like how Eddie Guerrero used to do. Let's really not just compare Dom to Eddie Guerrero. Let's him just be the next Eddie Guerrero. Okay, he's not going to be as good in the ring, but he can have the aura how he cheats to win. I don't care if it's even he's winning by disqualification. If he hits a steel chair on the mat and then throws it into AJ's hands, and then the ref turns around and sees AJ with a chair and he's like, well, you must have used it, you're disqualified. Let's do something with that. Let's 100% do something with that and get Dominic some very, very heelish victories. Yet Amir, here's a take. The Rock only came back last year because there was no telling when the writer's strike would be over. He was already locked in by the time it was lifted. He never planned on being part of Mania 41. Ooh, that is a hot take. And honestly, it hurts because I love The Rock so much, but I think you might be right, and that sucks because that kind of makes me even upset with The Rock, because I've always been like, oh, The Rock loves the business, The Rock loves the business, and yeah, I understand this could be 100% true, and he could still love the business, but I don't know, I always felt The Rock wouldn't put Hollywood before the business, meaning that, yeah, he might pick Hollywood over wrestling, but I never thought he would like come into wrestling and then just say, you know what, forget this. I don't care about storylines. I'm walking out to go back to Hollywood. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope that's not true, but I'm beginning to think it is. And the fact that he came back at Bad Blood and he moved the main event of Drew and Punk just so he could have like a 3-second little promo saying 1, 2, 3, and then he just leaves. And then for us not to get the Rock at Mania 41, it's kind of like, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and I don't want you to be right, but I think you are. Oh, I hate that. Monkey Peach, you can really tell how good someone is at cutting a promo when quickly comparing to CM Punk. That dude captures a crowd. You love or hate CM Punk? The dude knows how to weave a story and get the crowd invested in his words. Clint TV, AJ should be the new leader of Judgment Day, as Seth and Finn should revive their feud at a World Championship level by SummerSlam. I wish Finn could get back to that level, but AJ be the new leader. Honestly, I'd rather, if AJ's gonna lead a faction, I'd rather it be a new faction, even if it's part of Judgment Day, half of Judgment Day come to be part of it. I just want Judgment Day gone. I feel losing Damian Priest and Rhea was too much. I feel it was too much of a loss. Mixtape TV WCV mixtape. Oh, I remember mixtapes. So, you let the Creeds lose by DQ, but then give them a moral victory by destroying the Raiders and letting them stand tall, holding the championships as if they won. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I don't understand that. They should have, I don't understand. I just don't. They should have just won. Why not give them the titles already and push American Made? Chad Gable is being completely wasted ever since not winning against Gunther for the IC title. I agree with that. The outcome of the match made no sense to me. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. What was this? What was it? Is it because there's 52 weeks a year? We can't have just straight victories sometimes. We have to start sprinkling in DQs, I guess, maybe, kind of, sort of, but I don't know. I feel like maybe the New Day should have just got involved here. Back to what Angela Jetson said. What are we doing with the New Day? They should be going after tag team titles. We could have had them inserted here. Maybe cost a DQ because they're like, you know what? We don't want anybody to get the championships. It should be us. But yeah, why? I don't get it. And the Creed has lots of personality. Let's really elevate American Made. Let's get some titles on them. If we're not going to give it to the New Day right away, then give it to American Made for a while. Raphael and Air, Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio stole the show. That was a great match. At first, though, I thought it was a little clunky, but they got their act together after a commercial break, and it was an amazing match after that. Where is Penta, and who will be his WrestleMania 41 opponent? Penta had a promo segment. It was like a vignette. It was pretty good. It's weird, though, that he's going to be feuding with people he's already beat, so I don't know what's going on there, unless we're just getting a Ludwig and Pete Dunne tag team, which, I don't know, European bruiserweights, but either way, that's what's going on with Penta for the moment. Who his opponent's going to be, I don't know. I was kind of hoping Dirty Dom, but now I'm thinking Dirty Dom versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania, so we'll see there, but he needs to be on that card for sure. And then we got AJ Styles and Braun potentially dealing with each other, so yeah, that would be cool. And then I was hoping Jay would choose Cody, but Gunther had to attack the Yeet Maestro. Now Elimination Chamber must go and face the winner of SmackDown. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Jay and Cody would have been good, but the feud, the built-in story is with Gunther, so I understand why they're going that route. Monster Jam Brawny, I am a huge fan of every member of Damage Control, but I think it's time for them to break up because 90% of them are either injured or just keep getting injured. And besides, they're all great as singles competitors. Yeah, Damage Control should break up. Their time has long passed as a unit. Same with Judgment Day. I'm just throwing them in there. I know Judgment Day had nothing to do with this comment, but both pairings or both team-ups, both teams just need to go their separate ways. And we don't have to completely break up Judgment Day, but they, Liv, Raquel, Dom part can still stay together. But for the most part, everyone just, we don't need these factions to last forever. And SRP, Iyo Sky is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. I think a lot of people are seeing that. I don't know if I would say all time, but I don't know, maybe she has a case. She is definitely super good, and I'm impressed with how many people are really on board this Iyo train. I said it earlier, and I hope that WWE sees that and they run with it, because I'm telling you, everywhere I go, people are just praising Iyo Sky, and she's well deserved, and yeah, so I don't know, that's it, I guess. Those are your hot takes for Monday Night Raw. I appreciate every single one of you. Please comment below, don't forget to comment, and boys and girls, have yourselves a great day.